Okay, we're live.
Hi guys, welcome back to Kathy's Kitchen and from scratch with me. Oh yes, this is my logo here. If you haven't seen, I like knives. Okay, so we're going to start out by making our cranberry salad, and I'm really excited because I was able to get cranberries from Carver, Mass, which is local to us, and these are fresh picked from the bog. Isn't that cool? Cranberry. I also want to tell you a little bit. Cranberries like this, you can just put them in the freezer until you're going to use them if you don't need them fresh, and they'll come out and defrost, and you can make cranberry sauce and different things with them. So don't worry if there's more than you need, because we're only using a half a cup in our salad salad. But you can freeze the fresh ones, and they work really well. We're going to be making cranberry sauce and green bean casserole from scratch next week. Next week, November 15th. And so I will be using these in another package of them. So I'm going to set these aside. We have a half a cup of them. We're going to put them.
How about you tell them what you're making right now?
Oh, I'm going to make beet salad, but I'm going to make the dressing to go to the beet salad, okay? Because it is a cranberry orange dressing that goes over the salad. And let me tell you, I just swooned the first time I ate it years ago. So I love it. It's a wonderful recipe. So we're going to pour our fresh cranberries in here. We're going to take one orange. You're going to cut it, and I'm using juice oranges, and the way you can tell is because see how much small amount of rind there is. They're not like navel oranges, so you can see there's no navel on them. That's the difference. Now obviously this will not fit in my juicer, and I used to own some of those other kind of juicers, and somehow over the years they've disappeared. Anyway, but you can cut it in quarters and put it in your juicer and juice it right into here. So we're going to juice one orange, and hopefully I don't splatter my camera too badly.
It'll be like 4D for them.
It smells delicious in here, guys. It smells like oranges. If I think really hard, I won't think it's almost 30 degrees outside and possible snow flurries, and I'll think, yep, I'm on the beach. I'm on the beach, guys. I'm thinking I'm on the beach. Yes, I am. So I love the beach. Don't want to live on it, but I love it. So, and look, I found my bamboo cutting board, which I don't use if I have meat, because I don't like to use my bamboo one with meat unless it's cooked. So I brought it in, and I really like it. I have a couple of them, but they're really nice for vegetables and stuff. And it also has a little juice tray, because we all know I'm a slob. So, because when I cook, man. I throw things all over the kitchen. It makes a terrible mess. I can clean the kitchen floor, and then I can cook, and you can't tell I ever mopped or swept. It's ridiculous. So I'm trying to keep it clean because my producer / daughter doesn't like it when I have a messy workspace. Okay, so now we're going to put this on the oven. I've lost my language skills for some reason today. We're going to put it on the stovetop, and we're going to bring it to a boil, and we're going to boil it for 5 to 10 minutes, basically until your cranberries can be smashed with your spoon and they flatten. So, I'm going to put it over here. You just need to keep it about on a medium heat, not too high, and you just need to stir it every so often, okay? And, oh, dread it, I forgot to get the lid. Hold on, guys. Let's hope I can find it. In my monstiferous Victorian cabinets, things get lost. Wow, the lid is gone.
Just use a lid. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be pretty.
I don't have any lids that are small enough to go on it. Oh. Okay. Hold on. I don't know what happened to it. I decided to leave we'll use this one. It's too big, but it'll work. Okay, so we're going to let that do its thing. And we're going to come back over here. And we are going to work on making the filling for our cranberry pinwheel. Okay? We're going to take an 8-ounce block of cream cheese that we've already softened. I got to get myself centered again. I don't have what I wanted, and it upsets me when I'm cooking. Okay, so I've softened this to room temperature today because you need it soft. You can use whipped cream cheese, but I was talking with my daughter earlier about this. I don't like the flavor of whipped cream cheese. For some reason, it seems sweeter to me, and I don't like that. So, I'm going to use regular cream cheese. And you can see it's soft. I can put my spoon into it. You need to be able to mix it like this. Now, to this, we're going to add... Boy, I totally missed part of that. I have to get the green... Well, first of all, we're going to add some cranberries. These are dried cranberries. You need 3/4 of a cup. I thought I was so organized, and come to find out, I am not.
You have an excuse. It's your birthday.
It is. It's my birthday today, guys. I am 27 and holding. Wait, does that work? My daughter's going to be 30. I just had one turn 32. Anyway, I'm 27 and holding because they're both out of college. And ladies, if you have children out of college, you are 27 and holding no matter how old you are. You could be kissing 60 and you're still 27. Okay. Add your cranberries in there.
How much did you add?
I added 3/4 of a cup of dried cranberries. You could also use... these two recipes, you could use cherries in place of the cranberries if you wanted to. Okay, they're versatile. Oh, let me stir this guy. Okay. You can see they're starting to pop. That's a good sign. Okay, I need to get some green onions that I left in the refrigerator. We're going to put them up.
Yeah, you were bragging to me earlier about how prepared you were.
Oh, I was so prepared. I over-prepared not. I did not prepare. I did not prepare. I just thought I was prepared. And, yeah, I wasn't. Okay, so we need 1/4 of a cup of chopped green onion. So we're going to want... Oh, I didn't even get a paring knife out. I am really... Guys... I am really not with it. These recipes are wonderful with Thanksgiving or Christmas or New Year's. They're great holiday recipes that you can use in any of those places. And people, when you take it, okay, funny story. The beet salad. I took it one year when I first married my high school sweetheart. 11.5 years ago, not to be technical, and we went to his family's Thanksgiving, and I don't eat meat. I eat some meat occasionally, but I'm not a huge meat eater. I really don't like turkey at all. So I said, well, I'm going to take cranberry pinwheels and beet salad. So he goes, okay, I don't think you guys can eat it, because nothing green's allowed in this household on the holidays. And I'm like, no green bean casserole? Nope, no green bean casserole, no nothing. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm still taking this beet salad. So I took it, and everybody was like, you didn't tell her that nothing green is allowed at Thanksgiving? He goes, I tried to, but she said she didn't care, that there was too much heavy food and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, long story short, I took it, they ate it, and now when I do go to family Thanksgiving and we don't have our own, I'm demanded to bring salad. Because, guess what? Everybody loves salad now. So, you just have to make the right salad to get the rest of the family to be on board with you. So, 1/4 of a cup of chopped green onions is about 3. Because I see I'm almost there, and I need just a little more here. Let's check these guys. Okay, this is ready. Okay, as you can see how all broken up they are?
The steam's kind of coming out.
Oh,
right
sorry,
now, so.
guys.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take it off the stove. And I have a little thing here. I have a measuring cup with a sieve. And we're going to sieve it through there because we don't want all this stuff in our salad when you make a salad dressing. So you dump it in, and then we kind of press it. And we're going to be getting this juice out that's going to go in our salad dressing we're going to make. So it's going to cool for a while we're doing this other thing so it doesn't like wilt our lettuce. But you can see how you use a sieve so you can get all the good cranberry juiciness out, but not have all the pulp and skin. Doesn't take long. Just till your berries start to break down. Let me just throw stuff everywhere. Okay, so you can kind of see, there's our dressing.
Got a bunch of stuff on the bottom.
Oh, I want that in my salad dressing.
Yeah, I know. I was like, hey, you gonna get that?
Yeah, just a minute, guys. You want to get this stuff off because you want this in your dressing. Makes your salad all the better. Okay. Let me clean up the floor so I don't step in it. I have my new birthday slippers on my husband got me that have bears on them. Because I wore out my mice. So now we're on to bears. So let's put this aside and let it cool down a little bit because it's a little hot. I don't like to make the dressing when it's hot. So we'll cut this up. I'm using what they call a Santuco knife. So if you want to know what kind of knife this is, it's called a Santuco. I really like it for chopping up stuff. So, I'm going to get this. Now this salad, I am drizzling it all over the whole salad when we get finished. However...
So you're not making the salad dressing. Talk about the pinwheels.
Oh, the pinwheels. Let's talk about the pinwheels. Okay, so we're going to dump these in. Now, if you're going to make pinwheels to take to a party, you can make them the day before. But do not make them sooner than one day before because they do have a tendency, the tortilla does get soggy. Okay, so now we have some feta cheese here. And we need a cup of it crumbled. So this is going to add our salt to our sweet and tart. So we're going to crumble that in there. I don't know what other kinds of cheese you could substitute for this because it's just such a lovely combination. I can't think of anything else. Okay, it's about about 4 ounces of cheese. Let me wash my hands real quick. It's about half of an 8-ounce container. You can buy it crumbled. I like to buy it in a block because then I can break it up how I want. For some reason, when you buy it in those containers, it's a lot drier. I like the blocks better if I can find them. So, all this goes in here. And now the mussel comes into play. I'm going to try not to throw it everywhere like I usually do. Since you guys are watching me closely from out there. You want to just mix it up. And it has a heavenly smell of cream cheese and feta with a little bit of, you can smell the green onions in the background. You could leave the green onions out, but you really need it for the flavor. So that's...
I bet if it would be easier to stir if it was whipped cream cheese.
Probably, but I don't like the texture of it. So you could use whipped. You could use 8 ounces of whip if you want. It still needs to be brought to room temperature, but I personally like this. And I feel like it combines just fine. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is this needs 4 large tortillas. So we have these. I don't use the flavored ones because I feel like they do better with just the plain flour ones. So you're going to need some saran wrap of any kind. I'm going to tell you press and seal does not work exceptionally well with this. So I'm going to recommend against press and seal. I use press and seal for a lot of things, but for this I think plastic wrap or whatever kind. And what is this deal with them putting this little slide thing? I hate it. What happened to the little metal jiggy-jaggy thing?
It's probably because it always makes them go stick together.
Well, you think this one didn't?
Well, not the way that you used it.
You know what? It's just, since I'm 27, I should know how to use those. Okay. So now we're going to take a spreader and we're going to take some of this out and you put it on here. So we need 1/4 of this. And you're going to spread it around. You want to take it all the way to the edge. Not too thick because you don't want too much, but not too little. You want to cover it completely. And depending on what size tortillas, it will depend on how many tortillas you can use. I'm not sure exact size of these guys. So sometimes I use 4, sometimes I use 5, sometimes I use 3. It just depends on the size of the tortilla that I buy at the time. And that's just dependent on where it's at.
And how many people you want to feed.
Yeah, and how many people. I mean, and it just depends on how much I mix up. So it just is, it's a matter of that. I usually, when I do pinwheels, sometimes I make different kinds, but this is one of the family's favorites. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. Now you're going to take the edge and you're going to start wrapping. And you want to wrap it, see how I'm wrapping it down in there? And make sure you're wrapping it tight because you want this to be a pinwheel, not a fall apart. So make sure it's tight. And then you take your saran wrap, tie the ends, and then do it, and that one's done. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna do the rest of these, and then we'll let them set for a minute. I think I'm only gonna get 3. I think these are bigger.
Yeah, they're pretty big tortillas.
Yeah, or maybe only 2. I think they're way bigger than they're supposed to be.
Yeah, that's fine.
Of course,
We're only, not very many people are going to eat. I mean.
Yeah, these are just for our families.
Yeah. It's not like we got a party, but you could make a bunch of these for a party and it'd be great.
Yeah, and you know, we're going to slice them up and put them on a tray, and they're delicious. And people will eat them like they're going out of style. I also make several other kinds, and, you know, we may make some more different pinwheels down the road. So, yeah, this is going to only make 2 because I got such big, you know, I was like, girl, I grew up I spent a lot of time in Texas, and I've learned most of my cooking down there, and so I want the biggest tortilla I can find. So there you go. That's why I got the biggest one I could find. Okay. And of course, guess what? I forgot this lovely stuff that hates me.
Do you want me to help you?
No, I think... Listen, I'm old enough to handle this. Maybe not. Look at it. Look at that. It hates me.
I think you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. At least the box stays together. Okay. So you can pick them up like this. This is not that fragile. It's not fragile, guys, at all. And pinwheels can have anything you want in them. You can make anything. You can play with it, okay? Just remember, you don't want anything too soggy because you do not want your tortilla to break down. That's the main thing that people forget when they're making these.
And that's why you're using the dried cranberries?
Yes. That is why we use dried cranberries. And in fact, when they set overnight, those dried cranberries are almost reconstituted from the cream cheese. Okay, so we're going to let those guys hang out there for a minute, and we're going to move on to our salad. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves a head of romaine lettuce. And for those of you that don't know me, I buy it already washed and all the outside leaves, but I don't like the outside leaves, so I take them all off because I think they're weird. They're yucky. So I remove them all. Even though they're supposedly good for you, I don't care. And then we're going to slice this up, shred this up. Nothing magical. If you want the salad to last more than 1 day, do not use a knife, tear it by hand. But this salad needs to be sliced, so that's going to be difficult. It's kind of a layered salad to some degree. Now, I couldn't have, here in New England, I could not find at any of the stores a head of leaf lettuce, green or red. So I found this red and green leaf lettuce. So we're doing a mix. You can do one or the other, a mix. So we're going to put that in here. And that is way too big. I don't care what they say, that's eatable size. That is too large. So I'm going to give it a little choppy chop. So you need 1 head of leaf lettuce, red or green, or if you're like me, mixed. So we're going to add that. And this salad, I usually just leave it layered and let people eat it, mix it as they eat it. They get into it because it will mix. But when I get ready to serve it, I serve it like this. I start out with it like this. So now we're going to, I cooked the beets the other day, yesterday. And we need 3 of them. I cooked more than 3 because my daughter loves them in salad. So I'm going to put on some gloves. Do not do this without gloves, guys. Your hands will be red for like days to come. Don't do that. So this is, you need, well, okay, you need gloves. I keep boxes of rubber gloves on top of my refrigerator to cook with because there's a lot of things you can use them with. So we need 3 of these guys. So we're going to take it out. And what I did is when it was hot, I put it in here. The reason I put it in this sack is because watch what I can do with the skin. See how it just comes right off? The stem comes off. Everything comes off. And then I just have the beet. And I didn't have to do a lot of work. So that's what you, when it's hot, if you do that, and put it inside the Ziploc, let it cool, and then put it in the refrigerator, that's what will happen. It's a lot easier to peel them, and you don't have to work so hard. They are slippery, so be careful. You don't want to, because beet, okay guys, beets is used for making dyes, and it will stain anything it touches. So that's also why I'm using this bamboo cutting board. Let me put them in here, the rest of them. So, we're going to take these 3, we're going to cut them in half and slice them. So I just want to make sure that I get the rest of the root off and the top is completely off. Okay. Then you're going to cut it in half. Clean your knife off there. Then you can put it together like this and slice it up. You don't want them to be too thick. They need to be thin. If it's easier for you to slice them like this, do it. Do it however it works best for you. Everybody cuts things differently. Sometimes people cut things that make other people cringe. That's okay. Do what's safest for you and you know how to do it without hurting yourself. I always tell people they don't like the way I'm doing something, they can always do it themselves. Oh, I didn't cut this one the right direction. That's okay.
I was just going to say, I don't think that's right.
It's okay. It doesn't. It just is prettier when you cut it. When you cut them in half and cut them, they just turn out prettier if you cut them the right direction. Then I don't always, I'm just like, let's get this over with. How much fun can one have cutting up beets? I hope everyone had a happy Halloween. We had a wonderful Halloween. We did nothing. Okay, we're going to sprinkle I take it back. I made a turtle cheesecake for my birthday today, and we ate half of it last night. So that's what we did.
That was a good treat for me.
It was delicious. And we still have more to eat. So, don't worry, it'll show up on Instagram, on TikTok eventually. Okay, let's clean up the crime scene. In fact, an interesting fact about me is I love murder mysteries. Hence the knife in my logo. Okay, I'm a huge fan of murder mysteries and listening to them and reading them. Okay, so we're done with our blood fest. We can take these off. Next, we're going to add on top of here, got our beets, we're going to add a half a cup of pecans. Now, I toasted these pecans before. You can also use walnuts if you want walnuts, but I like pecans. Once a pecan girl, always a pecan girl. I find pecans better, plus I'm allergic to walnuts, so I don't use them. So, you can use pecans or walnuts, whatever nut you like. So you're going to just kind of roughly chop them up. I toasted them. You don't have to toast them. You can leave them raw, but I feel like toasted is a much better flavor and a nicer crunch on top of your salad than raw. Not that I won't eat pecans raw, because I will. Okay, let's sprinkle those on. Isn't this salad turn out pretty? Look at that, guys. So we got those on there. Now, don't put the crumbs. I don't like the crumbs in my salad. Okay. Lastly, we're going to add some cranberries. We're going to add a half a cup of dried cranberries. So, this is a quarter of a cup. So, put that on first. Sprinkle that around. And we'll get another quarter cup. So, I think I'm going to toss it. I think it would be prettier tossed. So let me get my salad tongs and we're going to toss this. Which would be easier in a bigger mouth bowl. But
yeah, the bowl is really tall.
Tall, yeah. I was having a hard time finding a good
More
bowl.
like a punch bowl than a salad bowl.
It is actually a salad bowl. But
really?
Yeah. So you can kind of see, I'm going to bring the stuff up to the top again. There you go.
Beautiful.
Now we have it mixed up a little. That's probably why I don't usually mix it till we serve it, because it looks like someone had a murder scene on their salad. Okay, let's finish off our dressing. Now that I made a murder scene. We got our orange and we got our fresh cranberries. We're going to add a teaspoon of sugar.
Refresh the people's memories on what was in...
1 orange juiced. Half a cup of fresh cranberries. You cook it until they break down, and then we put them through this sieve. And now we're adding a teaspoon of sugar. We're going to add a quarter of a cup of good quality balsamic vinegar. Once again, guys, on this salad, you can substitute, if you don't like cranberries, you can substitute cherries for the cranberries. And then we're going to add, you can use olive oil. I'm using avocado oil because it's better for your cholesterol. And so I'm using a quarter of a cup of olive oil.
Avocado oil, you mean?
Avocado oil. But you can use either one. Just make sure it's good quality. You don't want it to be the print. So we're going to mix this up. Let me whisk that up some. Now whisk it up. Then we're going to drizzle while we whisk the oil in so we can incorporate it well. And this is our dressing that's going to go on the salad. Let me smell.
It smells delicious.
It smells wonderful, guys. Okay, we're going to drizzle this around our...
Do you normally drizzle it?
Huh? I normally don't put it on, no. I normally serve this on the side so people can add it themselves.
Why don't you just make a plate then?
Yeah, I'll make a plate with it after we finish the other stuff.
Yeah, I think that would be better so you don't... Because I know we're picky in this family. We like to determine how much stuff we put on things.
Actually put it on the salad, but in our family, we don't like it that way. Okay, now we're going to cut up our things. We have a little tray here. Antique glass tray that I love. And we're going to cut up our pinwheels.
So how long do you minimum and max?
They do best if you do them for an hour.
Okay.
Now, this is the end that has hardly any in it. That's the end I eat.
That's the mom snack?
Perfect. That's the mom snack. Because, see, you want to have it full. I recommend about, I don't know, quarter of an inch maybe. But you can see they're already fine.
Yeah.
That's another reason I don't use whipped, because if you use whipped cream cheese, you do have to refrigerate for an hour before cutting.
Which I feel like by the time you do all this to it, is it even whipped at that point?
Whipped cream cheese has is a totally different constitution than regular cream cheese. And this again is the scrap part. So when you're cutting them up for holidays, I have all the scrap pieces on the side, and the family is like chowing on them. Everybody's coming by and sneaking one because they know they won't get their fingers slapped when I'm cutting them up. Because I usually, when I make a tray, I'll do 4 different kinds of pinwheels. But we don't all want to be here all night. It's All Saints Day after all. And I still have my birthday to continue celebrating. So, although I did go to lunch with my daughter, she took me to lunch, and it was a wonderful lunch. Problem was, we ordered fried pickles, and we ate more of them, too many of them, and so we could hardly eat our lunch. But they were delicious, let me tell you.
It was worth it.
It was totally worth it. I'd do it again. Mm-hmm. I keep saying that we should only go there and have drinks and pickles, but I just never have done that. So, as you can see, this makes a beautiful little appetizer.
That's actually
tray.
the perfect amount.
Yeah, for this. And there's that. Let me get a salad dish and make a salad real quick. We don't have a salad bowl. Okay, I'm going to get in this guy. So we're going to make our salad. So what you're going to do is you're going to get some lettuce in there. Well, and some of all the other stuff in there.
If you can get it.
If you can get it. And then you're going to make sure you mix it up with salad dressing. And then you're going to just drizzle a little bit on there. And that is your salad. It's a wonderful salad. I recommend making it in a lower bowl where you can layer it and not mix it before you take it. Let's try this. Yummy. Perfect. Amount of tart and sweet. It's beautiful. Guys, make it this holiday. You'll be a hit, and everybody will love your food. Join me November 15th for cranberry sauce and green bean casserole. We are going to make our own mushroom soup from scratch. So, although I must warn you, you try that recipe, your family will never let you buy canned mushroom soup again. See you guys. Have a wonderful November until I see you again.